In defiance of Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and his security forces, dozens of Palestinians gathered for a rally in the West Bank city of Ramallah, a short distance from the presidential compound, to protest arbitrary arrests and the continued crackdown on freedoms.
We are here to protest against political arrests, to demand the freedom of all political prisoners, to demand that the authority should stop any form of oppression of freedom of expression. And we are here to demand the right of the Palestinian people to have free and democratic elections.
The protest was one of many in a series of events condemning the PA leadership for the death while in custody of Nizar Banat, a prominent activist who spoke against rampant corruption, nepotism, and the curbing of civil rights.
There is no alternative but to return to the democratic path. Note that the timing of the tension coincided with the postponement of the elections. Those elections are the only way out of the deep crisis that the Palestinian situation is experiencing.
No arrests were made at this rally despite the relatively large number of participants and the heavy police presence. Palestinians from all points on the social and political spectra showed up, as did Big Brother.
I never expected that we would reach this level and that our authority would deal with us in this way while we are still under occupation.
Jamila had scathing criticism for the PA leadership and its security forces.
I'm sorry to say that no one from the authority can go to buy a falafel sandwich without getting permission from Israel.
Cinema director Mohammed Al-Attar was arrested and held for 48 hours over the weekend, but that didn't keep him from returning to the street.
Whoever thinks by arresting us he's scaring us, I tell him you are wrong. You should look at our experience with Israel. Those who entered Israel's prisons are the fiercest resistance to the Israeli occupation.
But despite his arrest, Attar offered a conciliatory message for all.
Maybe it's time for us and the authority to take a breath and go back and think about it. This country is for both of us. We must find a way to live together. We cannot accept this oppression and lack of freedoms, but we do not seek to ruin the country.
Not even Dr. Mustafa Barghouti, Secretary General of the Palestinian National Initiative, has an answer to why the PA is behaving this way. But he says this is harmful to all Palestinians.
I have no explanation why they do that, but I know something, that what they've done is wrong, and it hurts them as much as it hurts the Palestinian people.
International pressure is on, and international pressure on Palestinian leadership is growing as global criticism, in particular from the US and Europe, intensifies. These continued demonstrations reveal the widespread discontent and resentment the Palestinians feel toward the PA. And despite the PA's crackdown on dissent, these Palestinians have vowed to continue their defiant protests. From the West Bank city of Ramallah, Mohammed Al-Qasim reporting for the Media Line.